As Roger Federer said, the best players in the world are the best movers in the world. That's the way it's been for the last 10 to 20 years, and that's the way it's going to continue to be moving forward. So if you want to become the best player you possibly can be, then movement is the thing that you need to work on and improve. And there's one thing that the pros do on every single shot that you should be doing as well, but unfortunately, copying the pros in this situation, although it's the best thing to do, you might not actually be able to do it. So I'm going to explain what it is and why that is, and also give you a solution so that you can become a much better player and a much better mover. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you do, it'd be great if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel before, much appreciated if you could do that as well. Okay, so what is it that I'm talking about? Well, it is the very unsexy, but although unsexy, absolutely crucial part of the game, which is the split step. All high-level players do a split step on every single shot because tennis movement is built from the split step. The idea at the high levels is that you're landing just after the opponent makes contact with the ball, because as soon as the ball leaves your opponent's racket, hopefully your visual system can pick up on the flight of the ball so that by the time you land, you know where the ball's going. You store elastic in your muscles on the landing to very quickly rebound and move as quickly as possible. So high-level tennis is built on that. That's why all high-level players do it. Tennis is all about getting to the ball and setting up in the right position. You watch the best players play, like Alcaraz, Djokovic, Sinner, their movement, and obviously Nadal, Federer, people like Murray, the movement is absolutely insane. That's why they can do what they do. They crush their opponent's soul by getting to one more ball because they're so much faster, and they're also set up in more optimal positions for their shots. So getting to the ball is one thing, but the better position you can be set up in, the better the shot that you can hit. And when you watch most adult tennis players play, the big issue is that they're not prepared and ready and set up in time, and they're not set up in the right position. And because of that, all of the other stuff goes wrong. They're trying to learn all these advanced techniques that they've heard about on YouTube videos and from coaches, but they don't have the fundamentals of being set up in the right position in time, so the other stuff doesn't work. You have to get the preparation first, which means ideally what you should be doing is focusing on timing, landing your split steps, that you're landing just after your opponent makes contact. And when you do that, you want a wide base. Watch the pros, they are wide. So record yourself, you'll probably be landing like this. I know I used to, it was horrible to watch. You want to be working on making it wider, because the wider you are, the more quickly you can move laterally in different directions. The higher your center of gravity, the slower you are. So potentially you might need to work on your flexibility, you might need to work on your strength in order to be able to do this. But there is something else that's going to create a limitation for a lot of players. So although ideally we want to land our split step just after our opponent makes contact, that only works if your visual system works well enough. Because you see two different variations from the pros. You see landing both feet together and then reacting, and you also see landing just one foot slightly before the other, and then they're basically landing in kind of a running step, moving to where they want to go to. And in order to use both of those things, to use the elastic the moment that we land, you have to know where the ball is going. If your visual system doesn't read the flight of the ball quickly enough, the timing doesn't actually work. There's a delay. You land, so you did your split step at the right time, you've landed just after your opponent makes contact, and then you haven't moved anywhere. Or what you see from a lot of players that have got really good intentions, they're trying to have good footwork, they've been told about the split steps, they try and do it, but then they do this kind of double step, or they've got this really scattered movement because they've done the split step at the right time, but they can't read the ball quickly enough. So that throws the timing off as well. So if that's happening to you, and it happens for a lot of people, there's something that you need to work on that can help you to fix this problem, so then you can develop the real high-level movement and become a better player. And that thing is vision training. It's actually possible to train and improve your visual processing speeds so that you can more quickly and accurately read the flight of the ball, and by doing that, it's going to help you to set up in better positions, and that's going to make you into a much better player. And this was something that I didn't learn about myself until I was much older. So I grew up playing tennis. I was an okay player, but I used to get too close to the ball. I used to hit the ball late. I used to have a lot of the same problems that you're dealing with at the moment. And it turns out I had specific visual limitations that were causing me to get too close to the ball and to hit the ball too late. But using brain-based training, I was able to correct the visual stuff that was going on with me, and that enabled me to really dramatically improve my tennis at the age of 35. And that's why now I teach tennis players how to use brain-based training to improve their vision and to improve their coordination and to become more skillful. And if you'd like to learn how to do that, I would love to teach you for free. I'm holding a Neuro Tennis Challenge. It's kind of a free live workshop. It's a 5-day event. It's coming up soon, and it's going to teach you how you can use brain-based training to improve your vision, to improve your coordination, to become more skillful, so then you can become a much better player. If you would like to attend this free live Neuro Tennis Challenge, I'll place a link to it down in the description. Click on that link, it'll take you over to a page and you can register there. Okay, hopefully what I've explained about in this video makes sense. I know it's not as exciting as watching a video about how Alcaraz hits his forehand, but you have to understand that you've got to fix the fundamentals first. Tennis shots happen in sequences of events. Read the flight of the ball, set up in the right position. That's the most important thing. Then only after you've got that, then you can develop high-level other aspects of your shot. Okay, any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you at the workshop.